Right, what's up everyone? I know it's been a hot minute since I last put something on the channel. However, I just wanted to show off my current Cyberdragon / Cyberdark, the deck that I'm currently running in this format. This got me second place in my locals, not the Saturday gone, but the Saturday prior. So let's get straight in. Starting things off, we have, of course, the bare bones of the deck, triple copies of Cyberdragon Core. Most of your combos start with rely on this card. If it gets negated, you necessarily can't do much unless you have enough extenders. You want this is your main normal summon. It can even help you follow up for next turn as well by removing itself from the graveyard to special summon a Cyberdragon from your deck. Anyone, even if it's another one of itself, just any Cyberdragon. This is the bare bones of the strategy. You want to see this at least 90% of the time, because I'm playing 3 of this, 3 emergency, and 3 horizon. So there's 9 ways, or technically 10 ways you can search this with repair plant as well. So yeah, bare bones of strategy. You can't do much if it's stopped unless you have extenders. And moving on, we now have, of course, triple copies of Cyberdragon, the main boy himself. Now you may be noticing I'm playing 3 different rarities. I mean, why not? It's an extra discard. It's the machine dupe target. It can even be a overflow target if you're going first and can't set up much. You can just go set overload, set cyberload if you open into it. Get yourself a couple pops. Get yourself a fusion as well in the process. As I said, machine dupe target. If you open core and machine dupe, you end on infinity 5th summon. So you have a way to protect yourself against Nibiru, and you can just carry on from then. Next, I have 2 copies of Cyberdragon Hertz. Some people play this at 3. I find this optimally at 2. You mainly want it as discard fodder, not normal summon or anything like that. So I play it at 2. You can send it off of Galaxy Soldier. You can send it off Nashta. You even send it off of Horizon to get another search plus Nashta plus Chimera in graveyard. So then you can just go full combo, which is the main strategy of this deck. Opening at least one way to get Chimera engraved to bring back off Nashta, as well as it gives you a towers to use as well. Next, for the Cyberdragon engine, I am playing 1 Nashta. Some people play this at more than 1. I prefer this at 1. It's a brick nonetheless if you don't have a machine with 2100 attack or defense in your graveyard and its summon. It's a great way to extend, and it even ends games as well. Next, for the Cyberdark engine, we have 1 Cyberdark Chimera and 2 Cyberdark Claws. So the Chimera you want to either discard for Nashta or send off of Horizon. It searches your power bond, plus it also lets you use your monsters that are in your graveyard as well as fusion materials for power bond. Your Claw gets you to Horizon and Realm, as Horizon counts as a Cyberdark card, so you can search it off Claw. You can also search the Realm, which allows you to get Chimera in hand to give it another normal summon, or at least another Cyberdark monster. So that's it for the main engine of the deck, and then some extenders / the extra light machines. We have 2 Galaxy Soldiers, 1 Jizakuru, and 1 Electromagnetic Turtle. Galaxy Soldiers are just an extra way to get some light machines in graveyard. Even if you open the Turtle as well, you can just discard for Soldier and just carry on. Jizakuru helps you break boards. It's a free machine to go into Fortress Dragon. It's the way to go with something that's problematic, like an Appaloosa or a Rampant or a Savage Dragon, something like that. The Turtle to end battle phases if you can't OTK in that turn, or if you don't open enough combo and you're able to get the Turtle in graveyard, you can opponent just goes battle phase, you just go Turtle, end the battle phase. And the best thing about Turtle is that it stops your opponent from making Zeus in main phase 2, because technically no Xyz monster has battled. So yeah, it's a great way to stop problematic Xyz monsters and stuff from coming out, like Zeus. Then for some hand traps to finish off the monsters, I'm only playing triple Ash. One of the more versatile hand traps in the format, stops a lot of things, stops Destiny fusion, stops Red Eyes fusion, stops most of your opponent's searches. It slows down a lot of problematic strategies. For example, Brankid, Brave, Dragon Link, stuff like that. I'll be playing more or other hand traps over Ash in this format, but I can't find them, so at the minute Ash will just have to do. Moving to spells, starting things off with our cyber spells, we have triple copies of Cyber Emergency. This searches out every Cyber Dragon in your deck. It's a great way to start combos, it's a great way to find your missing pieces, and it's just a great extender. Plus, if you open more than one of it and the second one becomes a dead card, you can discard that second one off Chimera to get your Power Bond, as Chimera requires you to discard a spell or trap to get the Power Bond. Plus, it also makes your cores basically double. Next, we have triple copies of Cybernetic Horizon. As I said, this card is treated as a Cyberdark card, so you can search it off of Claw. Plus, it also helps you get your Hurts and your Chimera in graveyard. So most of the time, you just want to go Horizon, send Klutz and Chimera, send Hurts to graveyard, then add your Nashta or your Core, depending on what you're missing. And then, as a maintenance cost, you'll have to send a Cyber Machine Fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, which I'm playing a great target for. And then on new chain, the Hurts will activate, allowing you to get a other Cyber Dragon from your deck to your hand. And just like with Emergency, if you draw more than one of it, you can just discard the other one for Chimera. Next, we have one Cyberload Fusion, one Cyber Repair Plant, one Cyberdark Realm, and one Rev System. Rev System is an extender, basically helps you bring back your Cyber Dragons from your graveyard. Realm helps you search out your Claw, your Chimera, just anything you can either combo extend with or send for Horizon. Repair Plant gets you to any missing like machines, even to use a Kuru, your Turtle if you can't make the Rampage Dragon to send it, or if you have three, just recur and recycle some of your missing resources. And then Cyberload to be able to put back your banished resources that you may banish off of Overflow or Power Bond. Moving on to some spell extenders, we have triple copies of Machine Dupe. You want to see this with Core, because as I said, this plus Core equals Infinity 5th Summon, which is amazing for this strategy. Then for the final one-offs, we have the one Overload Fusion, the one Power Bond, the one Call by the Grave, and the one Cosmic Cyclone. As this deck loses to hand traps a lot, I'm playing the one of the Called by, because A, it's at 1, and B, it stops the Ash, Veiler, or anything that can stop my combos. I'm playing the one off Cyclone because Mystic Mind's still in the format, Scythe is still in the format. I'm just playing the one off to respect it. The one of Power Bond, it searches off of, you can search it off of your Chimera. It helps you enable 4 OTKs. However, if you don't kill them in that turn, you will take the attack equal as damage. And then the Overload Fusion just mainly as an extender or a finisher. Moving on to the traps, we have triple copies of Imperm. Great discard, great extender, great negate, great interruption, and great way to stop any like a input, like a Appaloosa or anything like that. And finally, the one of Overflow. It acts as an extender in itself. If it's destroyed by a card effect, it doesn't have to be your opponent's, just destroyed and sent to the graveyard by a card effect. You get a cyber spell or trap. So for example, you can get your Rev System, your Realm, your Plan, your Cyberload, any one of your cyber spell or traps. Even another copy of itself, if you need to. It's that great, and granted, I may want to put this up to 2, but at 1, it's perfect for this current strategy. Moving on to the extra deck, starting off with our fusions, we have double copies of Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. It's a level 5 machine that you can just, if you have 2 of them, overlay to make infinity. It pops spells and traps on its fusion summon, so you can even pop your own Overflow, get a extender, and carry on. It even gains up to 3 attacks in a turn, so you can send any 2 light machines, including an electromagnetic turtle, which is one of the main ways you get it into the graveyard. It's your main fusion summon off of Power Bond. It's a great way to close out games. Powerbomb makes it up to 42, and Sega puts it up to 63. So, yeah, great way to end games. So, for some contact fusion targets, we have double copies of Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon. Some people play this at 1. I find it better at 2 because there's a lot of stuff that in the extra deck that can cause interruptions. And yeah, I just think that 2 Mega Fleet is better over 1. And then the one of Fortress Dragon. After these past couple of locals I've brought this build to, I may put Fortress up to 2 because I've had the same matchup of a machine mirror match. And it's always a case of he builds a massive ass Earth Machine board. All I just got to do is special summon Cyber Dragon. I just break the entire thing and he can't do nothing. And I just carry on and build game. Next we have the one of Cyber Twin Dragon and the one of Cyber Eternity Dragon. So these are my two cyber targets off of. Whoops! I almost screwed up my extra deck for a second. Just as I was explaining. And Eternity, you want to send more. Twin Dragon is just another OTKer, to get another Powerbomb target. But Eternity, basically, and it's you can banish it from your graveyard in a new chain, and it protects your fusion monsters from being destroyed and targeted by card effects. So if you have Disengrave and a Rampage on board, your opponent can't imperm it. The only way they can stop the Rampage from sending is an Ash. That's the only way they can then stop it if you have if you've banished and resolved the effect of Eternity in graveyard. Next up, for the last fusion monster, we have the one Invoked Megaba. As you saw, I'm not playing a single Alistair or anything like that. I'm just using this as a one-off to summon off of Nova if he's sent to the graveyard by any means. I've been debating on changing this or just putting in the one of Entis or Omega for the Dogmatica matchup, which I have had, and somehow the locals I came second with, I somehow won that matchup. And yeah, Mechaba is a great way to even extender and target for Nashta as well, because of its having 2100 defense points. Next, for Xyz, I have the one of Infinity. For this build, Infinity at 1 is perfect. You can bring it back off of Nashta. You can even bring it back, put it back with Repair Plan and just make another one. Next, I'm playing the 2 of Nova. Nova, I think, is better at 2 than at 1 with 2 Infinity, because Nova in itself acts as an extender. Its special summon is in a hard once per turn. Even its special summon of a fusion monster is in a hard once per turn as well. That's the great thing about Nova. It's an extender, plus also it can put up some form of interruption. And then finally, though I've been debating on taking this out because I barely go into it, the Zeus. Now I play Zeus just as filler, though I barely need to go into it, because I always argue if I don't OTK, do I want a negate or a board wipe? I highly doubt I want both. So I've been debating on taking out the Zeus for maybe the Entis or Omega as another Nova target. And then for the links, very little links. We got the one of Sega, the one of Almirage, and the one of Relinquished Anima. Granted, this deck locks you into machines a lot, but a great starter if you don't open the Horizon or don't have a way to get to Horizon is either the Relinquished or the Almirage. Relinquished helps you build break boards. Almirage helps you both of these help you get a light machine in graveyard. And the Sega helps push for games, because you target your own Rampage and then it puts it up to 63. 63 3 times the dome is instant knockout. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the deck. Cyber Dragon is one of my favourite decks at all to play. It's so versatile. It's great going both first and going second, depending on how you build it. It's a great rogue deck, in my opinion. You don't need much to get it started, get it rolling. You can easily rotate some of you can easily take out the Cyberdark package and replace it for a totally different package if you even wanted to. I just think that for this current format and how it's played, this build is most optimal. It helps you break boards. It helps you established some form of board presence. It plays through a lot. And that's one of the great things I love about this deck. So yeah, I hope you all have enjoyed it. I had a blast making this. I always enjoy this deck, and I will always try to upload some form of build after I finish in between testing with different builds with this deck, and whatever works well for me. And yeah, with that being said, I shall see you all in the next one. Hope you all enjoyed it.